has pulled out the south, but still can't seem to kill. There's no sight, it just won't let me go. Each day I grow a little stronger, push harder and higher than the sky. Won't stop until I die. And my pain, breaking the silence. I make my presence this time. It's alright to stand by. Everything is over. Thinking will never stop, so take me to the thrill. There's no kill me inside will. Each day I go a little colder. I've been growing a little wondering why. Am I so damn terrified of getting out of here? Breaking the silence. I make my presence known. This time. It's alright to stand by. Everything is over. All my life. Good times come. Good times come to hear the voice. Screaming somewhere. Good times come to make choice. Put this thing around. Breaking my silence. Lay my presence known. This time. It's alright to stand by. Everything is over. All my life. Good times come to make choice. Screaming somewhere. Good times come to make choice. Put this thing around. Good times come to make choice. Screaming somewhere. Good times come to make choice. Put this thing around.
What's up, every pony? This is a new episode of The Kingdom, the official host show of Harmony and Chaos, and I am your host of this show, Michael Evans, in addition to the author, creator, and voice of Harmony and Chaos. Man, what an episode we saw tonight. If you have not seen it, I suggest not watching this live stream. We saw a lot of deaths in the episode. I'm also being joined tonight by two characters from the series, Spike and Sweetie Belle. Two characters that were heavily affected in this episode tonight. Sheer craziness. Hi, guys. I see you guys are in the chat. That little intro I did with the music, that is a shout out to one of my favorite podcasters. That is actually his intro to his live stream, JD from New York 206. He's a wrestling podcaster. He's actually live right now doing the post show for WWE Day 1. So, yeah, that was a little shout out to him and his intro. So, I'm actually going to watch his podcast after I'm done. So, other than that, guys, just sheer craziness. As I said, we got Spike and Sweetie Belle are the characters that I'll be voicing as well in this live stream. Hey guys, yeah, that was nuts, dude. Like seriously, man. And you still got there's still a lot more deaths coming. Yeah, there's at least 2, possibly 3, depending on how I go, depending on how I spin the end of this saga. There's definitely going to be at least 3 more deaths in this saga alone. So yeah, we're gonna. It's a little nutty. Elijah might not be able to stick around for this one. It's probably a good thing that you don't, especially if you haven't seen the episode, Elijah. Yeah, it was crazy. I don't know how I'm particularly going to dive into this episode, mainly because it bounced around so much. You're not late, Nicole. It did. It bounced around constantly between Ponyville and Canterlot. I guess the easiest way to break it down is Michael Collins gaming asked, will the deaths ever cease? I'm going to say yes once this season is over. God, there's still, I just said there's 3 deaths. There's actually more than that. There's at least 5 more. I said 3, but there's 5 before the end, at least before the end of season 3. Maybe 4. It depends if I'm killing off the 5th guy or not. I'm not sure yet what I'm doing with that character. My partner says I'm supposed to kill the 5th one, but I'm debating on it because I like that character a lot and I can do a lot with him. So yeah. So let's go ahead and try to dive into this episode. This thing was all over the place. Again, if you have not seen the episode, I suggest not finishing through with this live stream. So we'll dive in. We start off the episode. Sonic and the Elements of Nightmares are in Ponyville, and we got some more chats. Yusef, at least we'll see Cosmo and Cream again. Yes, you will. And as a matter of fact, the next episode is The Day of the Dead Part 3, titled Cosmo's Resurrection, or The Resurrection of Cosmo, or however I'm going to word it. I think The Resurrection of Cosmo will be how I title it. And yes, Cosmo is back permanently. She's not going away. Mainly, somebody in the last live stream said something about Cosmo being able to resurrect herself. And I went ahead, really in Sonic X, they never really mentioned it, but I went on Googled Cosmo, and sure enough, she could be resurrected with her seed. So Tails plants the seed and basically resurrects Cosmo. So she does come back permanently. As far as Cream goes, she is back temporarily. I will explain how Cream is able to come back. Basically, Cream is now an angel. Cosmos people give Cream all of their energy, so she's able to come back for an extended stay. She is also an angel, as we will come to find out. She's actually Cosmo's guardian angel. So, Cream returns to Equestria with Cosmo, who's fully resurrected. So it's going to be interesting the next episode, and which is funny because we saw in this episode, like I said, I entitled it "The Attack" or "The Assault of the Elements of Nightmares." So basically, what the whole point of it was, like I said, there's 2 battles going on. You got the one in Canterlot with Dark Swirl, and basically all of the Alicorns, plus Aeon and Sunset. There was a big debate going on during the actual episode. I believe, I don't know if it was Nathan Mearsman, I believe his name was wondering why, Discord, there was a debate if Discord has his immortality. And the answer is, in my series, obviously he does not have immortality because he gave up being the god of chaos. What happened is Grogar basically gets sick and tired of Discord being good. So he gave Discord an ultimatum. I actually made reference to this. I want to say earlier in season 3, earlier in this season, and I think I referenced it in season 2, where Discord explains why he's not immortal. He basically told Grogar to stick it up his you know what, because he wasn't going to be evil anymore. So Grogar took away his immortality. Basically, Grogar is Satan in Harmony and Chaos. I don't know if that's what his role was in My Little Pony, but he seems to be the god of the underworld. I believe was the description I read about Grogar in the wiki fan thing. I believe Grogar is the god of the underworld in My Little Pony. So, yeah. So he basically strips Discord of his immortality and his divinity. So that is why Discord is not immortal in Harmony and Chaos. We got some comments. Michael Collins, if I could give Sweetie Belle a hug, I would have done it. Yes, she absolutely does need a hug, as does Princess Celestia. Nicole Kala, I thought Silver was going to die, to be honest, LOL. Another one from Michael Collins Gaming. If Grogar is Satan, then who is God / Jesus? Good question. Basically, the only thing that I know about, actually, I think Grogar is more of a Hades, maybe. I think he's more of a Hades, where he's kind of like the keeper of the underworld. They never really mentioned My Little Pony who was their actual god, or if they have like a plethora of gods. I know in Harmony and Chaos, there are many, many gods that the ponies worship. At least how that's how I've done it. You could say Celestia could be. I don't know, really. Lion God 360. I really don't know what to say. I can understand that. Like, this episode is very violent. Probably one of the darker episodes I've written. And to think I still have 2 more Day of the Dead episodes to go before the Day of the Dead episodes are over. I'm really in strong debate as if I end Dark Swirl in the next 2 episodes, or do I continue it on for the remainder of the season. It's just going to be very hard to wrap. If I go with my original plan, it's going to be hard to wrap this thing up in 6 episodes, 7 episodes. Yusef, I can't believe Pinkie Pie went berserk on Manik. Good thing Amy and Chris came in and saved him. Yes, because she was definitely going to kill him. Absolutely, she was going to kill him. And I thought it was kind of funny because somebody mentioned a frying pan in the when you guys were watching the episode live, and I was like, oh, I'm not gonna say anything because I don't want my real voice to come in over the episode. Silver is starting to be one of my favorite characters, so I'm glad he didn't die. Yes, Silver has been one of those characters I've debated on killing off probably 3 or 4 times. But now that Blaze is in Equestria, he's not going anywhere. Let's see. And I remember during the last live stream, I made a reference to 2 characters that I was trying to talk myself out of killing off. That those 2 characters were Discord and Manik. Unfortunately, Discord didn't make it. And I originally was going to kill Manik, but like there's a way I can write Manik off the series for a while and bring him back. And he will have a pivotal role when he does come back, but you'll understand why he leaves. And by the end of the season, going into season 4 is when he leaves. And he takes somebody with him, because they want to start their, the person, the character that Manik takes with him when he leaves wants to start a new life and really find herself in Equestria, and she doesn't feel like she would be welcome in Ponyville. So we'll have to wait and see. how everything plays out. But getting back into the episode, we start with Sonic and the elements of nightmares. Basically, after the big explosion where Sonic unifies the elements of nightmares to his element of dark magic, thus unifying the team. We saw the big explosion. Now, basically, Dark Swirl and her group teleport over to Canterlot, and it leaves Sonic and the elements of nightmares to take care of the heroes who are still in Ponyville. Sonic basically divvies out the pecking orders and the marching orders to each element of Nightmare. He gives the task to Applejack and Rainbow Dash to kill Knuckles, to go to Sweet Apple Acres and kill Knuckles. He was originally going to give Rarity the task of killing Tails, but Flutterdye or Fluttershy just tells Sonic, I want to kill Tails. And she confirms to Sonic, I'll have no problem doing it. And so Sonic gives that to Fluttershy. Rarity was upset because she wants Silver and Blaze. She wants revenge on them, so she wants to kill them. But Sonic decides, nope, you're going to go after Spike, because Spike can become a really big problem when he gets pissed. And obviously, Rarities, we see by the end of this episode that Sonic has every reason to fear Spike. The heroes had an issue taking Spike down in episode 34, I want to say it was. I think it was 34, 33. Or episode 35. It was episode 35 in season 2. Season 2, episode 3, where Spike turned into this beast, this big 200-foot Godzilla-looking thing. Omega Spike is what I'm calling him, Omega Spike. It was Cream's death that sent Spike into that rage way back in episode 35, forced Spike to transform. Obviously, the changelings are responsible for Cream's death, and poor Spike has to relive that whole moment over again in this episode. And we'll get into that when we get toward the end of this live stream. Yusef, we got a lot of chats coming in. I felt so bad for Spike. Oh, thank you guys. Thanks, Lion God. Yeah, losing Cream was, oh man. And then having to have to relive it in this episode, it was tough. Really, really tough. But you know what? We'll see how it all plays out. Apparently, I guess Cream is coming back, so we'll have to see how that turns out. Right now, I'm just focusing on Sweetie Belle. Yusef, I'm going to miss Discord. Rest in peace, Discord. You will be remembered. Like I said in the last episode live stream, you saw how kind of torn up and emotional I was talking about who I was debating on killing off, and I knew Discord was one of them, and I tried to talk myself out of it, and it's like it doesn't make sense going forward with the storyline, because I know where I'm going in future seasons. It just doesn't make sense to keep Discord around, especially if I decide to keep that 5th character that's supposed to die, that I'm probably not going to kill. You guys know I have a partnership with Will Atkinson. Him and I work together on this Mark of Herc storyline that involves Nightshade, Sonya, and his own OC, Prince William, and how they form the Triad of Power. I'm supposed to kill Nightshade off. He would be the 5th. But with Discord being dead, you never know where Nightshade can fall. I really don't want to kill Nightshade. I don't. So, well, that remains to be seen. I haven't talked to Will in months, so I don't know if he would be okay with me keeping him on. It just depends on where the story goes. Michael Collins Gaming, why target Chris? But then again, humans are a very dangerous species when really pushed. The reason why Sonic wanted to target Chris is because Chris is a skilled pilot. Not that the X Tornado would make a difference against the powers that the heroes are up against. I don't know really why Sonic would fear the X Tornado, but, you know, he says, what the, you know, basically Sonic is like, what the hell, might as well, you know, he could be a threat. I think that's basically why Sonic wanted Chris gone, is because, you know, he is a skilled pilot. As far as Amy goes, obviously we saw Amy played a factor later on. Ironically, Sonic tells Pinkie Pie, I want you to go after Chris and Amy, because Amy could be a really big threat with that hammer. She's capable of killing any of you girls with that hammer by smashing your freaking brains in. So, you know, she needs to be taken out. And we saw Pinkie Pie very defiantly doesn't follow Sonic's orders, decides she wants to go after Manik. I don't know why the elements of nightmares all go psychotic with their loved ones, but they do, with the exception being Sonic, because Rainbow Dash is on his team, so that's why he didn't physically harm Rainbow Dash in any of the episodes, because he knew Rainbow Dash would be part of the team anyway, so that's why he didn't go after her or tried to kill her. Nicole Kala comments, will it affect Manik's relationship with Pinkie when he leaves? Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't really want to play the spoiler, but like I said, when you when you have a storyline that's this intense and the ponies you love, basically, you know, with Manik and Tails, they're going to have a really hard time with this. Obviously, we didn't see Fluttershy go after Tails in this episode. I was originally going to put that in this episode, but because this episode was running so long and I was already all over the place, this episode jumped everywhere. It kept going from different perspective to different perspective. I didn't want to throw Fluttershy and Tails into this episode because there was so much going on already. I'm going to save Fluttershy and Tails for the next episode, mainly because the main episode revolves around the resurrection of Cosmo. So I thought I'll just move Tails and Fluttershy to the next episode, because it would make more sense as far as sequencing goes to do that. The episode was bouncing around so much, I was having a hard time sequencing Fluttershy and Tails into it. That's why I just decided I'm going to move it back. But yes, the relationships will be affected. I mean, even Applejack and Knuckles are going to have their issues. When you fall under dark magic or an evil spell or your elements, and keep in mind, Twilight Sparkle back in My Little Pony said that the elements are connected to the ponies. They're connected to them. So they're emotionally connected to these elements. And when the elements become corrupt, it corrupts the holders, which is why Twilight gave up her powers into the Tree of Harmony, so she would not be corrupted. She completely gave up all powers of yielding the element of magic because she didn't want to become corrupted. The other ponies didn't do that, mainly because they had the other elements of harmony, so they had them in the, they put them in the Tree of Harmony so they couldn't be corrupted. So obviously we saw that happen when Sunset turned those elements over to Dark Swirl. Going back to the original comment made, even though the ponies are under an evil spell, the elements of nightmares now, characters like Manik and Tails are going to have a hard time forgiving Fluttershy and Pinkie Pie for what they've done. They can't get past it. They know that they were under Dark Swirl's control, but when you go through the traumas that Tails and Manik are going to go through, you can't look at that character the same. You have to heal. Or you have, and in poor Tails' case, yeah, with Cosmo being back, I think you guys know where that's going. So yeah, Fluttershy and Tails are done. They will not recover from this, unfortunately. Um, Nathan Mearsman, are you sure about that? I'm not quite sure where you're going. Are you talking about? I'm trying to think what you. I think you're referencing, what Twilight said about the elements. Yes, because each element is unique to its holder. Obviously, when we saw in My Little Pony with Chrysalis's dark, or the dark 5 or the evil 5 or evil 6, when they went to go touch the tree of harmony, they got evaporated. They basically deteriorated and melted, because they weren't the actual element holders. Let's see what else. The old saying is time heals all wounds. That is true. And we'll see that with Manik eventually when he does come back. But it's going to be hard on Manik and Tails to get past this stuff. Nathan Mearsman, I'm talking about the previous thing that you said. I'm not quite sure. Are you referring to Discord, or are you referring to the elements? So anyway, after Sonic, okay, we got more comments. Yusef comments, Nightmare Sonic is one tough cookie, especially in his dark form. Yeah. He is definitely a force to be reckoned with, more so in his dark form than anything else. He is still powerful as Nightmare Sonic. Obviously, dark magic has given him a power boost, as it does with any character who goes with dark magic, and immediately makes them stronger. And it's not just Harmony and Chaos. It's in any series where dark magic is used, the character gets infinitely more powerful. Michael Collins Gaming, he's not invincible. No, he's definitely not invincible. He's not immortal because he's not a god. Let's see what else. So after Sonic sends away the elements of nightmares to go carry out their missions, Nightshade turns on Sonic. Not that that should surprise anybody, but he basically says, now that you set your death squad away, I'm going to kill you, or it's going to be your fate. And as we saw in the last episode, Nightshade basically wants Sonic to die. That's what he told Dark Swirl. Why do I have to stay here and heal the hedgehog when I personally want him to die? And we heard Sonic make reference back to that episode, like, yo, you wanted me to die? Well, here's your chance, Nightshade. Roll into the opening credits. We come out of the opening credits and we're in Canterlot. Poof, in Canterlot. Like I said, the episode bounces around a lot, so it's going to be hard to sequence, especially when this episode, I think, pushed 80 minutes. Lion God 360, he also got slow. Yep, Sonic does go and get very, very slow, as we saw when he turns into his beast form. Yes, while he is more powerful physically than Dark Swirl and has more power, his big bulky size makes him slow and makes him very vulnerable. Sonic is used to fighting at a very high speed and high pace, but when you add about 400 pounds of muscle to your body, that tends to slow you down. We saw that with Ascended Saiyan, with Vegeta and Trunks in Dragon Ball Z. When they turned into Ascended Saiyans, they were too bulky. No one can put on 400 pounds of muscle weight like Sonic did and not slow down. I don't really know if it's 400 pounds, but it looks like it's about 400 pounds of pure muscle. Sonic taking them roids. Nathan Mearsman, the one about Manik, Tails, Fluttershy, and Pinkie Pie, basically. Well, again, Manik, here's the thing. If you were attacked by the person you love most, you're going to have a hard time trusting them, whether it's an evil spell or not. You can't look at them the same. Mentally, it screws with your head. And like I said, this series is not your typical. When I started this series, I did not want this to be a typical, predictable series. I wanted it where any character can die. I wanted it to be shocking. I wanted it to be shocking, and I didn't want it to always be good guys always win. Good guys always win. Even if the good guys do win, there are consequences. As we see with, the last handful of episodes, Dark Swirl is a beast. She's a beast. Like the heroes can't catch a break in this battle with her. Obviously now she has control of the Chaos Emerald. So even if the heroes do manage to, reverse the effects of her spell on the elements of harmony, they still don't have the Chaos Emeralds to use the Harmony Chaos Cannon. And as far as the Fluttershy Tails angle, again, we know I haven't made any secrets about it. Cosmo and Cream are coming back. Cream temporarily because she's gonna be an angel, so she can, she's basically only back temporarily until the power she was given runs out, or she's called to do something else. Basically, she's Cosmo's guardian angel. So she's there for Cosmo. That and, Cosmo needed Cream. She needs Cream to complete the current mission, which is, Cosmo knew Spike was going to transform. So she brought Cream along to help out with Spike. But with Cosmo being back, obviously, Tails and Fluttershy, we haven't seen that part yet where Fluttershy goes after Tails. That's coming in the next episode. So you can imagine what Tails is going to feel like having to have to defend himself against Fluttershy. And with Cosmo coming back, Cosmo and Tails already, in Harmony and Chaos, they were engaged. Again, in Sonic X, they weren't engaged. They were kind of a couple, but I made them engaged in my series. I know I changed some things from Sonic X, but with Cosmo coming back, Tails is not even going to bother with Fluttershy. So Fluttershy winds up being alone. Those are the consequences, and that's what I'm saying. The good guys don't always win. Even if they win the war, there are still dire consequences to their actions. Lion God 360. Oh no. Yeah, it's one of those things though. I mean, it only makes sense. I mean, I can't picture Tails choosing Fluttershy over Cosmo. Because I don't really think Tails ever got over Cosmo's death, even in Harmony and Chaos. I don't think he's like Spike. Spike has never fully recovered from Cream's death. Same thing with Tails. Tails ever made full peace with Cosmo being gone. So, Tails in his mind when he gets Cosmo back, it's a no-brainer for him. So we come out of the opening credits and we're in Canterlot. Poof, in Canterlot. Battle gets started. Basically, Dark Swirl shows up, prevents Twilight from escaping and going to the Crystal Empire. She gives an ultimatum to Celestia and Twilight. Basically, Dark Swirl wants to become an alicorn. So to become an alicorn, what do you have to do? You got to absorb alicorn magic. So she wants Celestia and Twilight to basically turn her into an alicorn by surrendering their magic. And this is factually accurate because remember, at the end of season 3, Princess Celestia uses her magic to turn Twilight into an alicorn. So again, if Celestia transfers her powers to Dark Swirl will become an Alicorn. Same thing with Twilight. So she basically wants to maximize her power, which is why she wants Twilight and Celestia's Alicorn magic. Dark Swirl mentions, I can't rule over the planet without being an Alicorn. Equines expect an Alicorn to rule over them. So kindly vacate your throne and give me your magic is basically what Dark Swirl wants, despite her being agelessly immortal demigod, demigod of, chaos, demigod of nightmares. Nathan Mearsman comments, well, what about the Sword of Harmony and the Chaos Rings? The Time Stones, the Phantom Ruby, the World Rings, the Sacred Swords, the Seal of Excalibur, and the Lost Elements of Harmony. I don't know what half of these things are. I do know what the Sword of Harmony is. The Sword of Harmony is going to come into play at some point. I don't know when, but I already have the picture for it. It's going to come into play at some point. Obviously, Chaos Rings. I think those are the rings that Tails always tosses to Sonic. I haven't used that yet. I haven't used those yet in the series. The Time Stones. Again, these must be comic book parts of the comic book that I'm not a big fan of. I haven't read too many comics in my life, especially Sonic ones. So the Seal of Excalibur and the Lost Elements of... What are the Lost Elements of Harmony? Are those like the original elements, like just the squared ones? I don't know. I thought the original elements of Harmony, which were the square runs, were turned to stone, and then Twilight, when Twilight and the main six become the elements of Harmony, they basically unturn the elements to stone. So I'm not 100% sure on all of that. Lion God 360, have you played Knuckles Chaotix? I have not. Michael Collins Gaming, she, with that little asterisk at the end, she. Plush Time Stones are from Sonic CD. Basically, guys, I'm just sticking with your basic Chaos Emeralds and the Elements of Harmony. I'm just keeping it basic. I know there's other Chaos Emeralds. I think they're the Super Emeralds or something that you guys were making reference to. In everybody else's Sonic MLP series, I think everybody just sticks to the normal Chaos Emeralds and the Elements of Harmony. I know other people do some other things with it, but the basis of the show is just the Elements of Harmony and the Chaos Emeralds being of one entity, and that's basically what the show revolves around. I'm not going to get into all these other things. I might look into some of these. I might look into some of these other ones. Let's see. No, there are different ones. Yeah. Again, I got to do some more research on some of this stuff. Obviously, the Phantom Ruby we know is from Sonic Forces. The Phantom Ruby is going to come into play perhaps when I bring along Infinite. Infinite's going to come along with... I just don't know how I'm going to do it. I got time to figure that out. Yeah, you guys are confusing me with all this stuff. Yeah, I already have everything planned out for this series, so I'm not going to divulge too far away from where my stories are. I'm not getting into all of these extra things. Michael Collins Gaming, you can't expect the more warlike species like ours or Griffins to bow down to Dark Swirl should she have succeeded. No, definitely not. The Griffins would put up a fight very foolishly. Dark Swirl would obliterate the Griffins. Considering all she has to do is one blast from her horn and obliterate their whole civilization in one shot. So, Michael Collins Gaming, I was saying the more warlike species like our Griffins without Yeah, they wouldn't bow down to Dark Swirl. Definitely, they wouldn't, but they would be obliterated. Yusef, you know what they say: never give up, never surrender. That is true, and we know our heroes, the heroes that are left, will not surrender to Dark Swirl. Which brings me into the next point, because Twilight basically, after Dark Swirl gives her ultimatum, Twilight basically tells Dark Swirl, you can KMA, you can kiss my flank. You're not going to get my Alicorn magic without a fight. And the same thing with Celestia. There's no way Celestia and Twilight would ever hand their Alicorn magic over to Dark Swirl. Never. So basically, that's when the fight starts. Twilight starts off, Dark Swirl gives Twilight a chance to fire the first shot. Twilight does. Discord takes this as an opportunity to steal the Chaos Emeralds from Dark Swirl. When Twilight's energy blast hits Dark Swirl, it causes a big smoke cloud. Discord sneaks in, steals the elements, or steals the Chaos Emeralds away from Dark Swirl, and basically hands them over to Twilight and Shadow. They absorb the Chaos Emeralds, and both become their perfect, I call it perfect, super forms, where they absorb all 7 of the Chaos Emeralds, and there you go. So the fight begins there. Like I said, I'm going to have a hard time remembering the sequence of everything that happened in this. So if anybody remembers the sequencing, let me know so we can carry on. So they go at it, and then we see Aeon and Sunset Shimmer get involved. Basically, Aeon gets involved because he sees that Dark Swirl is overwhelmed by both Twilight and Shadow being super. Dark Swirl's having a hard time keeping up with both of them at the same time. So Aeon decides to jump in and attack Shadow. Basically to keep up the appearance that he and Sunset are still loyal to Dark Swirl and Soletta. They have to keep up that appearance. So he begins fighting Shadow. At some point, we see Nightmare Moon get involved and attack Shadow. They wind up fighting to the outside of Canterlot Castle. So off when Nightshade, when Nightmare Moon and Shadow are fighting in Canterlot, Nightmare Moon's making the fight look real, but she's also telling Shadow what's really going on with Aeon and Sunset Shimmer, how they have aligned themselves with Nightshade and what they're planning on doing. After that, we go back to Ponyville. We see Spike is trying to rescue. We go to Ponyville Elementary, where Ponyville Elementary is set on fire from the explosion that Sonic caused. We have let me dive back into the comments. Nathan Mearsman, don't forget the Archie Chaos Emeralds, the Archie Control Emeralds, I'm not doing all that. Yeah, I don't agree with everything Archie did, to be honest with you. If it wasn't, basically, I'm going to put it to you guys this way. If it was not in Sonic X, it's not canon in Harmony and Chaos. The universe that the Sonic characters come from in Harmony and Chaos are from the Sonic X universe. So whatever happened in Sonic X, that's canon in Harmony and Chaos. Nothing else matters comic-wise in the series. Other than Aeon. Aeon is one of the few. So, and as a matter of fact, the Archie comics are no longer canon, I don't think, anyway, because now IDW has taken over for the Sonic comics. So, again, I have never really read too many Sonic comics. But no, if it did not happen in Sonic X, it will not be canon in Harmony and Chaos. So I'm just, whatever was in Sonic X is what's carried over. Oh, Jesus. Now we got 9 Chaos Emeralds. Yeah, so this is why we're not diving into the comics. You know, comics also have different writers for every issue. So anything that happens in those comics, you have different writers for those comics. They don't. So the consistency isn't there. I'm not dealing with comics. With the comics, I know some of you guys consider it canon. That's fine, but yeah, that gets too confusing. They only had the Chaos Emeralds. That's all they had. Keep in mind, Mobius was destroyed. So anything that they didn't bring off of Mobius before it got destroyed, the only thing they had was the Chaos Emeralds. And obviously Knuckles used the Master Emerald to teleport all of the survivors. Yeah, so that's why we only got the Master Emerald and the Chaos Emeralds. Blaze comes from 200 years in the future. So she has the Soul Emeralds. So she brought the Soul Emeralds with her to Equestria. That's why we have the Soul Emeralds. Yes, and I know the Soul Emeralds are part of the comics. Yes, I know. But I am aware of that. And I think bringing the Soul Emeralds in with Blaze actually makes sense. But I can't tie everything into one series. I can't. I'm trying to also add some of the other fanfic stuff too, like you guys, the EXE Sonic. I'm just using the pictures for EXE Sonic. He's not called EXE Sonic in my series. He's Nightmare Sonic. But I wanted to use the EXE character in the pictures. So I think they're pretty cool how Sonic goes through that whole physical transformation. It looks pretty freaking evil to me. So it made sense. Nathan Mearsman, well, there's a Sonic series that involves a lot of Sonics crossing over. Basically. Yeah, I'm not. I've never been a big comic book reader per se. I never really got into reading comics as a kid or as an adult. Reading comics just isn't my thing. I like watching TV. I like watching TV series. As big of a fan as I am of Dragon Ball and the Dragon Ball Z and the Dragon Ball franchise, I have never read one of their mangas. Now, I've never read one of the Dragon Ball series mangas. I've just watched it based off of television. I've never been a big reader in my lifetime. Never have. Do you prefer the Japanese or English version of Sonic X? I'm gonna say probably as far as quality, I think the Japanese version, they got in depth with a little more of the violence, but I don't like watching subs. I know in the Japanese version, you actually physically see Shadow attack Chris. I don't know why people in America were offended by that, seeing a child get beat up by Shadow. I don't know why that was considered too over the top. But I don't mind either version, to be honest with you. I would say, though, I do prefer the English version just so I don't have to read the subs. So basically, therefore, Nathan Mearsman. So basically, therefore, what I said is considered completely canon. Also, the series that involves multiple Sonics crossing over is a TV series, basically. I never read the Dragon Ball manga, neither. Nicole Kala, I'm going to go to sleep for today. Bye. Bye, Nicole. Thanks for watching the episode. I know it was pretty intense, but I'm glad you enjoyed it. Blame for kids. Yes, I do blame for kids. I did do some research on that as far as the differences with Shadow beating up Chris versus the English version where he didn't beat up Chris. Well, he beat up Chris, but you don't see it. And it basically was for that reason is they didn't want to show a kid getting beat up by a Mobian hedgehog, which, okay. They didn't find it to be politically correct. So, yeah, I thought it was stupid. I'm like, come on. Come on. Michael Collins Gaming, why does Dark Swirl want to take over the cosmos? Other alien races would be able to stop her. Even our planet-based species would be able to stop her from taking over our world. Well, she is a chaos demigod, so I don't know. I don't know. Basically, you know, in Sonic X, humans have a problem stopping Eggman. It had to be Sonic that beat Eggman. The military in Sonic X looked like a bunch of bumbling idiots when they were taking on Eggman. So, I don't know how Dark Swirl would fare up against Super Saiyan Blue Goku or Ultra Instinct Goku. I think Ultra Instinct Goku would kick Dark Swirl's ass personally. I think anything Super Saiyan would destroy Dark Swirl, and anything Sonic for that. Although some people do claim that Sonic and Shadow's power actually does exceed Vegeta and Vegeta and Goku when they absorb the Chaos Emeralds. A lot of people claim that the Hedgehogs are actually more powerful than Super Saiyans. So I don't know. Plush. Question, did you see the Sonic Movie 2 trailer? Absolutely, I saw it. And I'm really excited. I'm really excited to see that movie. I've seen probably 5 or 6 different reactions. I've watched Tails and Sonic Pal's reaction. I've seen Tails' reaction, Amy's reaction. I've seen Knuckles and Sonic react to it. Shadow, I believe. And I just watched the Outright trailer as well. Yeah, I'm really excited for that movie. I think Idris Elba kills it as Knuckles. Absolutely kills it. And I think Knuckles is redeemed. You know, Sonic Boom kind of ruined Knuckles by having him look like a buffoon. But I think I think Idris Elba is going to bring justice back to the character of Knuckles, to going back being a badass. Nathan Mearsman and the Mystic Emerald, and okay. Yep. Mystic Emerald. Okay, I haven't played all of the Sonic video games either. But yes, I'm excited. I think I don't know when the release is for that Sonic movie. I know it's in April, which is kind of around my birthday. My birthday's at the end of April. So I'm kind of hoping that would be a good birthday present for me to go see Sonic 2 in the theaters. Brandon Sr., have you also seen Sonic Frontiers? I did see the trailer release for that video game. It looks interesting. Honestly, I had finally just beat Sonic Forces. Honestly, I liked the game overall. I was kind of disappointed in the overall ending. I thought it would be better than that, but you know. Lion God 360. Do I look like I need your power? Nope. No, you don't, Knuckles. No, you don't. I think it's pretty cool seeing all the different variations of that too. I think that's officially become a meme now as well. I know a lot of people are like, oh, this is so going to be a meme. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing all the memes with that. Where did we leave off? Plush. Oh, where are my manners? Sonic, meet Knuckles. Where are my manners? Sonic, meet Knuckles. Yusef, also Jim Carrey is perfect for Dr. Eggman. I am pleasantly surprised with Jim Carrey as Eggman. When I saw him 2 years ago cast as Eggman, I literally did the whole, he's going to be too silly. Honestly, though, I love Jim Carrey as Eggman. Honestly, he brings a different vibe to Eggman. He still brings out that evil maniacal side, and yet he's still kind of goofy and funny. So, you know what? Jim Carrey knocks it out of the ballpark, in my opinion, as Eggman. It's a unique spin on Eggman, but I like it. I absolutely love it. So, I also like Ben Schwartz as Sonic. I really do think now that now that Roger Craig Smith is no longer voicing Sonic, which is kind of sad. I was kind of hoping they would bring back Jason Griffith, but I'm okay with Ben Schwartz as Sonic. He's amazing. I think he's perfect for movie Sonic. And from what I've been reading, moving forward, Ben Schwartz is going to be Sonic, I believe, moving forward. I am also so happy they brought back, I forget her first name, but they brought back the original Tails. I know her last name is Shaughnessy, I believe. So I'm so glad they brought back the original Sonic X Tails voice actor or actress. They did that perfect. It's so nice to see the original Tails back. Imagine what Tails would look like if they kept the Sonic oh no, oh my god. I am so glad they got rid of scary Sonic. Oy. I think movie Sonic is scarier than Nightmare and EXE Sonic, to be blunt. I don't think it got scarier than the original movie Sonic. I think he's the scariest Sonic, period. Legs the Hedgehog. Yeah, everybody was talking about Sonic's big muscular legs. Roger is still playing him? No. Roger quit. I think he quit a year ago when they went with Ben Schwartz. I don't know if he quit or they let him go. I know that role. I know Roger vacated the role of Sonic. I don't know if he's still doing it for Sonic Boom. Okay, so Plush said he came back though. Okay, so then Roger must have signed a contract. He must have decided to come back and do Sonic Boom and the video games. So that's good. That's good to know because the last I heard of Roger Craig Smith, he gave up the role of being Sonic. So that's good that he came back. I'm glad. I know for the video games, I would love to see Jason Griffith come back and voice Sonic eventually. Again, it's a Sonic X thing, but I love Jason Griffith as Sonic. Roger Craig Smith is also a really good Sonic. Ben Schwartz for movie Sonic, perfectly cast. I love movie Sonic. And Ben Schwartz as movie Sonic. Yusef comments, the first design of Sonic in the first movie is horrifying. Absolutely. Looks nothing like Sonic at all. He just... I've seen horror movies that... Jason Voorhees is less scary than what movie Sonic looked like. The original movie Sonic looked like that he would eat a child. So, yeah. I'm glad they changed. They had to change that because the fans were so upset. And a lot of people use Pikachu, Detective Pikachu, as the reference. Like, look at what they did with Pikachu in that live action movie. Pikachu looks like Pikachu. Why can't we get that with Sonic? So it was good to see that they made Sonic look real. Lion God 360. Do you think Toy Sonic is in another universe? Plush, the character is good, but the story is not as good. Let's see. I'm missing some comments here. Yusef, the first design of Sonic in the first movie. Yeah, Plush, Sonic EXE is actually my favorite creepypasta, so seeing him is very cool. Yusef, Jason Griffith is the best Sonic voice actor ever. I agree. He is my favorite Sonic. I know when Sonic goes back to normal here in Harmony and Chaos, I've always tried to base my Sonic voice over Jason Griffith. He is my base Sonic, mainly because I can't do Roger Craig Smith Sonic. I've tried. I can't. I think my Sonic is similar to Jason Griffith. It's not on par. It's not 100% on point, but I think I pull off a decent Jason Griffith. But I definitely cannot do Roger Craig Smith. His voice, his Sonic voice is very unique, and I can't hit that pitch that he hits. Same thing with Ben Schwartz. Ben Schwartz has a very unique Sonic voice that I can't hit. But again, I think Ben Schwartz is perfect for the movie. I think either Jason Griffith or Roger Craig Smith are perfect for the cartoons and the video games. My question is, do you guys prefer current Shadow or do you guys like Jason Griffith's Shadow? So I know the Shadow I heard in Sonic, the Sonic Forces. I did not care for the Shadow who voiced Shadow in Sonic Forces. I didn't care for that Shadow. I thought they should have used Sonic Boom Shadow for Sonic Forces. I thought that would have been a better choice. Jason's Shadow. Yeah, Jason Griffith should be Shadow. I liked his very whispery Shadow-esque voice. I liked it. Michael Collins Gaming, what about Jaleel White? Jaleel White, I forget about Steve Urkel. He was actually really good too for Sonic Underground. God almighty, I'm going back to my childhood. Yeah, Sonic Underground started, I want to say, when I was 9 years old, back in 1993 when I was 9. So yeah, I remember Jaleel White. He played the perfect child Sonic. I thought he was good. And I believe he was also the voice of Manik. Jaleel White also voiced Manik in Sonic Underground. And going back to my debate with Nathan up there, I know I use Manik and Sonya in this series. Manik and Sonya are no longer canon, unfortunately. They were canon in the Sonic Underground. But I like them, and I thought I have to use them in the series. And like I said, I grew up watching Sonic Underground. So to me, I think Sonic X should have had Manik and Sonya in it. Because I grew up on Sonic Underground. So yeah, so I grew up on that. So I really think Manik and Sonya should have been canon moving forward. Yeah, Manik and Sonic, Michael. Yeah, they were both canon in the earlier Sonic series in the 90s. Oh yeah. He oh my God, I completely, oh Jesus, I didn't even realize he voiced Sonya. Wow. That's pretty impressive that Jaleel White voiced Sonya as well. Because if you think about what Steve Urkel's age was in the 90s, he was probably 12, 13 years old voicing those characters. Because, yeah, Family Matters started in the late 80s into the early 90s and went into the mid-90s. So by the mid-90s, Jaleel White was a teenager, I think, by the time he was voicing Sonic, Manik, and Sonya. Wow, I completely forgot he voiced Sonya. Wow. I knew he was Manik and Sonic, but I didn't know he voiced Sonya too. Holy moly. That's impressive. Wow, Yusef, I was 3 when I first saw Sonic the Hedgehog in 93. Yeah, I was 9. Yeah, Sonic and Mario. I remember in the late 80s getting that original Nintendo and playing the original Mario Brothers. So yeah, man, yeah, all that stuff is, man, it's still cool to me. But I remember when the Sonic movie came out, when Sonic had to fight Metal Sonic. That was freaking intense. That was probably my first taste of something that was anime-esque. because there was some pretty intense fight sequence. There was some pretty intense fighting with Sonic and Metal Sonic and Metal. That was a badass fight. I'm not going to lie. That was probably the best fight in the entire Sonic series. Sonic and Metal from the original movie. That was probably my favorite fight. Period. What are your thoughts on Sonic Saturday Morning? I don't have TV right now. I've given up my cable and my internet. As a matter of fact, the only reason why I'm able to live stream is because I tether my phone. I had to save some money. I'm going to start working a second job again. So I got to start doing a second job because I'm really tight on money. So I made the sacrifice and gave up my cable and internet. I did that way back in May. Majin Sonic. Oh my God. Now we got Majin Sonic. Which I could see that being possible. I could actually see that being possible if you're going to cross over DBZ and Sonic. Which actually that's starting to become a really popular thing now. I'm starting to actually see more and more DBZ Sonic crossovers now. There's whole channels that are just based off that. Oh, yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Okay. Michael Collins Gaming, Jaleel White voiced Sonic in Saturday Morning Underground and Adventures. Yeah, I know. I thought you were talking about current Sonic. Like, I thought you were talking about, like, the current Sonic series, like Boom or something, about Sonic AM on Saturday. And I was like, I don't. But yeah, I've given up trying to recap this episode. So let's see, I don't even remember where we left off. So basically, well, I definitely am enjoying you guys commenting though. Keep commenting by all means. So to try to get back into this episode, Spike basically tries to rescue everybody from the elementary school, and then we see Sonic and Nightshade continuing to fight. Basically, what's left of Ponyville Elementary gets destroyed because Nightshade blasts Sonic with an energy blast through the school. We see Spike and Sweetie Belle run off to get away from the battle. Right after Sweetie Belle and Sonic kiss, Sonic gets all pissed off after Nightshade blasted him through the school, what's left of it. Sonic explodes with rage, goes into his dark form. And then he begins his assault on Nightshade. After that, we go back. I want to say we go back to Canterlot. I'm pretty sure we go back to Canterlot. God, I don't even remember what's going on at this point. So, I think Discord gets involved at this point. When we go back, yes, we go back to Canterlot, and then Discord gets involved in the fighting. Basically, it's Twilight versus Dark Swirl, Sunset Shimmer, and Aeon, Super Aeon. Basically, it's 3-on-1. So Celestia tells Discord, "Hey, Twilight needs help. I'll help. Me and Tempest will take care of Soletta." So that fight continues, and then Shadow comes back. Once Discord gets Dark Swirl away from the castle and they start fighting outside of Canterlot, Shadow comes back and tells Twilight, "Look, we can't waste time. We need to go off and fight Dark Swirl before we run out of power." I'm trying not to yawn. Oh. I'm tired. So after that, we go back to Ponyville, and then Applejack and Rainbow Dash have arrived at Sweet Apple Acres to carry out their mission, which is to kill Knuckles. Sadly, Knuckles is not, luckily Knuckles isn't there, but Applejack takes her frustrations out on Big Mac, because Big Mac basically puts his hoof down and says, "You're not welcome here right now, AJ, because you're evil." Like I said, it's going to take these characters some time to heal and to get over the betrayal that they went under with the elements of dark, or with the elements of nightmares. So Big Mac basically gets upset with Applejack. Applejack knocks him out. Apple Bloom goes running to protect Big Mac. She covers the top of him, lays on top of him and try to cover for him. Applejack threatens Apple Bloom and says, basically, you have the option here. Tell me where Knuckles is, or, she was going to literally stomp on Apple Bloom's head. And that's her sister. So Granny Smith tells Applejack, Knuckles isn't here. He went off looking for you. Or he went looking to fight Sonic. So he's not here. And that's when Rainbow Dash and Apple Bloom Rainbow Dash and Applejack decide to leave because they have to go find Knuckles so they can carry out their mission from Sonic. After that, I'm trying to remember the sequencing here. I think after that, we go back to the fight with Nightshade and Sonic. Now Silver and Blaze have entered the fight. And they start fighting along with Nightshade. Silver gets knocked out in this melee. Sonic is in his dark form. So Silver gets knocked out in this melee, and Blaze turns into Burning Blaze. Sonic does have a little bit of a hard time with both Burning Blaze and Nightshade. They do put up a spirited fight. We go back to Canterlot. And now we see Discord's death. Discord dies once Shadow and Twilight arrive. Basically, all Discord was trying to do was buy time for Shadow and Twilight to reunite, to take on Darkswirl, which he did. He achieved his mission, achieved his goal. But as Discord is escaping or leaving, Darkswirl cuts in front of his path and blasts him to pieces. Literally not even pieces. He gets completely disintegrated by Darkswirl's blast. Again, yeah, at that point, Discord is dead. We saw Celestia's reaction. We saw, obviously, how Twilight reacted. Oh my God. I think we're going to cut this live stream short here in a little while. My eyes are getting heavy and I can't stop yawning. We have a lot of comments that I haven't read yet. Michael Collins Gaming, yeah, we got that one. Nathan Mearsman, well, Imagine Sonic / Creep is and can be seen in Sonic CD, basically, again. Lion God 360, speaking of which, what do you think of Sonic Prime? I haven't seen that one yet. Speaking of, I haven't played that one yet either. If that's a game, I haven't played it. Again, some of the stuff I don't follow. Michael Collins Gaming, did Sonic know Nightshade was going to turn on him? I think he had it in his mind to be cautious with Nightshade. obviously, when Nightshade tells Darkswirl, I don't want to protect Sonic. I want him to die, basically. I've never liked... Nightshade has never liked Sonic because Sonic attacked Nightshade in Europony to protect Sonya. So basically, he didn't want Nightshade to absorb Sonya's powers. So he went and prevented Nightshade from killing Sonya, which upset Nightshade, and Nightshade never forgot about that. So that's why Nightshade does not like Sonic. Nightshade has a genuine issue with hedgehogs, mainly because of Sonya. And now he's got a little battle with Sonic brewing. He respects Shadow. He doesn't dislike Shadow, but he doesn't like Shadow either. But it's that with Shadow and Nightshade respects Shadow. Mainly because he's with Twilight, and we all know how Nightshade feels about Twilight. Obviously, Nightshade really likes Twilight, and he highly respects her as a pony, because she honestly stuck up for Nightshade on a couple occasions when it comes down to Celestia. That's interesting. Nathan Mearsman comments, while Majin Sonic can become a god of destruction, basically. And I can explain why. A couple of days ago, I had watched a video on YouTube about how Majin Buu is technically a god. He does have God Ki. He's not a god of destruction, but he does have God Ki because the big fat Majin Buu absorbed one of the Kais. I don't remember the name of the Kai he absorbed, but it was the big fat heavy set Kai that actually looks like Majin Buu. He absorbed that Kai, so big fat Majin Buu actually had God Ki. But when Majin Buu releases the evil side, Evil Buu inherits the God Ki, and then eventually Kid Buu inherits the God Ki. But he never knew how to use it. Kid Buu was such a psychopath that he wasn't even aware that he had God Ki in him. But I guess it was made known that, yes, matter of fact, Kid Buu was a god. He just didn't realize it. Or he at least had God Ki, or the potential to produce God Ki. So I find that comment to be pretty interesting. No, Discord is dead. Discord is dead. I didn't want to kill him necessarily per se, but moving forward, I really didn't have anything for Discord other than his relationship with Celestia. When we get to the season 9 part where we see Grogar is actually going to be really Grogar. It's not going to be Discord as Grogar. But keep in mind, here in Harmony and Chaos, we haven't seen Cozy Glow yet. We're going to see Cozy Glow. Chrysalis is going to get another run, as is Tyrek. Because I'm also going to tie that Cozy Glow storyline into Harmony and Chaos. Because in the Harmony and Chaos timeline, we are just past season 7. As far as the pony timeline goes. So the ponies have just defeated Chrysalis, destroyed her hive. They had defeated the Storm King, and they also defeated the Pony of Shadows. And obviously, the pillars of Old Equestria are in Harmony and Chaos. So obviously, we are just past the events that ended in season 7 for My Little Pony. So when Harmony and Chaos started with the ponies blowing up with Starlight, Discord, Trixie, and Thorax. They had just blown up Chrysalis's hive a year prior, and they had just defeated the Storm King when Harmony and Chaos started. So we're almost one full year in actual series time. We're coming up on the 1 year anniversary of the Moby and of the Hedgehogs and the Sonic characters being in Equestria. Their 1 year anniversary is actually coming up. Lion got 360. Oh, good Lord. And he's got shocked looks. Not sure why, but yeah, because you watched the episode, didn't you, Lion? I thought you were watching along. You saw the extra episode. If I spoiled that Discord's death for you, I apologize. No, Discord did not teleport. Discord was kind of like, he didn't teleport. He was kind of like hovering away from the battle, and Dark Swirl cut him off and blasted him to nothing. She completely disintegrated him. He could have teleported, but he didn't. But yeah, that's how the cookie crumbles. Yes, Cozy Glow. Cozy Glow is going to be coming into the series. I don't know what season she's going to appear in. We're in season 3 in Harmony and Chaos. So for us to be in season 3 and only 1 year of time, about 1 year of time has elapsed from the very first episode, Cozy Glow will probably appear in season 5 or 6. Where's it at? I don't know. So basically where we're going to pick up with that, we're also going to see we're going to see Cozy Glow and that whole thing start. But in order to do that, Twilight's got to build the School of Friendship, which we're going to see that sometime in either season 4 or 5. I haven't decided yet. And keep in mind, like with the Sonic characters being involved, the original My Little Pony timeline is going to change as well with the Sonic characters being there. So Yusef comments, I thought Celestia would go Super Saiyan on Dark Swirl for killing Discord. Well, that would have been cool to see that, but you know, I think Celestia takes her anger out on Soletta pretty well after Discord dies. We see Soletta making fun of Celestia, laughing it up about Discord's death, and Celestia basically blows a gasket. And I'm actually kind of shocked. This is the first time we actually see Celestia get involved in a fight. So, you know, that was kind of funny in itself. I was waiting for somebody to make that comment. Oh my God, Celestia's fighting. What? Nathan Mearsman. Not unless if an intervention was done to the story, basically. Yeah. Well, like I said, in Harmony and Chaos, I changed things. Discord gives up his god power because he doesn't want to do evil, and Grogar is not going to let him keep his god of chaos power. You can't really be a god of chaos if you're good, if you're saving Equestria. So the immortal god of chaos can't really be immortal god of chaos if he's doing good. So Grogar basically strips him of it. And we're going to get more into Grogar. Again, I made reference to Grogar season 1. So you would have to go back to season 1. But again, Grogar's always been the underworld / whatever. Basically, he's the god, and basically the god in hell. The pony version of hell. Or Hades, whoever you want to compare him to. So Grogar strips him. Grogar basically tells him, this is your option. You're either going to go back to trying to take over Equestria and you bring chaos to Equestria, or I'm going to strip you of you being the god of chaos. And that's basically what Grogar did. That's why Discord is not immortal in the series. So diving back into it, obviously we talked about Discord's death. We got into Celestia going off on Soletta. Because Soletta was making fun of Discord's death. So Celestia goes ballistic. And I want to get your guys' take on Sunset Shimmer. Has Sunset Shimmer been redeemed? Protecting Equestria and attacking Soletta. Do you think that redeems Sunset Shimmer as a character? So basically, Sunset has had enough of her mother controlling her life, so she attacks Sunset, or she attacks Soletta. Yusef, is that in yeah, it's a Monster energy drink. It's Monster Java. It's not working because I'm yawning and I'm getting very heavy-eyed. So, yeah. These live streams are hard to do at 11 o'clock at night. I also have sleep apnea, so I get tired pretty early. Yeah, what I drink is the Monster. I drink the Monster Java, the Mean. This is my favorite drink. Yeah, so good. Where did I leave off? So we see Tempest and Celestia and Sunset Shimmer, all or Daydream Shimmer, all attack. They all attack Soletta, and let's see. I'm trying to remember. So then Aeon comes back once Soletta starts getting into it with Sunset. Soletta basically tries to kill Sunset with a big energy blast. Daydream Shimmer fires the energy blast first. Soletta counters it with a bigger blast. Aeon shows up and saves Sunset. And he basically scolds Sunset and says, "What the hell were you doing? We're supposed to be working with Soletta. You're supposed to be protecting Soletta and keeping up the appearance, not attacking her." So let's see what else. After that, I'm losing my track here. I'm trying to remember where. Like I said, this episode jumped around so much. The sequencing, I cannot remember the sequencing to save my life, because as I'm writing this episode, it was kind of like, well, I was constantly going back and forth with this episode while I was writing it, because I would go 3 or 4 days without writing it. So then when I would come back to writing, I would have to come back to the start of the episode just to see where I left off. And that's why I said the sequencing is so off. It's not that it's off. It just goes off in tangents all over the place, because you're getting two fights going on at the same time in two different places. So I try to cover as much as I can in one spot. Then I can go back to Canterlot. I cover what I had to cover in Canterlot. And it's like, oh, we got to go back to see what's going on in Ponyville. So it was a very difficult episode to write as far as the sequencing. I thought I sequenced it okay, as far as, switching from back and forth to all the different perspectives. After we have after Aeon joins the fight, we then go, I think right after Aeon says, yeah, he's going to, help Sunset Shimmer fight off Soletta. That's when we see, we go back to Ponyville, And I don't remember. Oh my God. I am so tired, guys. I'm trying to remember. I just can't. I think it's at this point, Blaze has been defeated by Sonic. Yes, because we go back to Ponyville, and Nightmare Sonic is basically standing over an injured Blaze who is exhausted and battle weary. I left the part out with Chris and Amy. Chris and Amy are now on their way. It's at this point in time where Chris and Amy are on their way to Sugar Cube Corner, which, as we know, played a pivotal role near the end of the episode. I kind of forgot to cover that part, but yes, Amy and Chris are on their way to Sugar Cube Corner while this is all going on. Sonic lifts Blaze up, and he's about to perform her coup de grace when Rainbow Dash shows up to tell Sonic Knuckles was not at Sweet Apple Acres. The Apple family told us he was in town looking for you, or he was looking for Applejack, which Knuckles was kind of waiting to pick his spot because he knew he was not as powerful as Sonic is right now. So Knuckles is kind of sitting patiently waiting to pick his spot. So Sonic, while he's talking, actually right before Rainbow Dash shows up, Sonic attacked Nightshade. Nightshade was trying to sneak stab Sonic in the back with his horn. Sonic basically sensed him coming and just blasted him without even looking as Nightshade was coming up. So Sonic did one of these where he held his hand backwards and blasted Nightshade. That's basically what happened there. He could sense Nightshade was coming, and so he blasted him, and then he knocked out Blaze right before Rainbow Dash showed up. Again, I'm having issues remembering everything that happened at that point. So we got a lot. I got a couple more comments coming in. So Nathan Mearsman comments, so Grogar has nothing to say other than say against their own creator attacking them, basically. Nathan Mearsman also comments, also Sunset Shimmer and the fan-made Hedgehog OC are redeemed. I agree. I think she did redeem herself. Obviously, she wants to be loyal to Aeon. She is not really in it with Nightshade because she's basically with Nightshade by association with Aeon. Aeon, as we know, has his own scheme. So she's basically just helping Nightshade because she supports Aeon. And she knows that, and Aeon is kind of convinced Sunset to go along with his plan of becoming the ruler of Equestria. So that's why Sunset has no problem turning on Soletta. She hates Soletta, and that's her mother. She can't stand her because she's kind of had her mother dangling strings over her. You better do this or I'll kill you, or if you don't do this, I'll kill Aeon. That's basically been Sunset's life in a nutshell. She's basically being forced to carry out her mother's wishes. Let's see. The fan-made OC of Sunset, if you go back to Equestria Girls, whatever you want to call Sunset Shimmer's evil form, she had wings. If you remember, she popped wings, which I think that's what the artist was trying to achieve when he made OC Daydream Shimmer. I think that's where that artist was going, was that she was he or she was recreating the EG version of Evil Sunset when she had wings and whatnot. So I think I got reflux now. So I think that's where she was going with that piece of art. I think that was supposed to be, the EG version of Sunset in pony form. Back to the episode. I think we go back to Canterlot briefly. I'm trying to remember what happens Um, so I think we're going to go ahead and wrap up this live stream. So you know what? We're gonna go ahead and we're going to just say forget the rest of what happened in Camelot. The important stuff is done. Not much else happened other than Discord's death. So after Discord's death, there's just basic fighting. So nothing else major happens there. So in Ponyville, Knuckles makes his big his big entrance. When Sonic was attacking, who was he attacking? I want to say it was, I don't even remember how. I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, because Silver was on the verge of being knocked unconscious. So Silver's laying on his back, and that's when Knuckles, out of nowhere, comes out of hiding and picks his opportunity, picks a spot to attack Sonic and save Silver from Sonic killing him. And at that point, Sonic had lost a lot of energy. So he decides he is going to transform into Beast Sonic, because at that point he's fighting Nightshade, Silver, Knuckles, and Blaze. Blaze would come back and rejoin the fight. But Sonic in his mind figures, I'm outnumbered at least 3-1 right now. I have to transform into my beast form. Which he used the element of dark magic to do that. Yes, in this series, Alicorn Sunset Shimmer is now canon, yes. But that's the reason why Sunset's able to turn Alicorn is because of her dark magic. Sunset possesses that dark magic, so she's able to turn Alicorn. And it's not really an Alicorn form, it's just her getting wings. And I remember on the EG girls or Equestria girls, she does have wings when she's fighting Twilight. So I think that's where Sunset having wings comes into play with that OC. Mom of the year, ladies and gentlemen. You must be referring to Soletta. Yes, Soletta is a great mother. Oh, awesome mother she is. So, once Knuckles gets the jump on Sonic, Sonic decides there's no way I'm going to be able to defeat Silver, Knuckles, and Nightshade right now. I got to end this fight quickly. So Sonic in his mind thinks, okay, if I transform and use my element of dark magic and transform into my beast form, I should be able to obliterate these guys, which he should as far as brute strength is concerned. But again, Sonic puts on about, I will say, let's just say, if we're going to guess realistically, Sonic puts on about 300 pounds of muscle when he transforms into Beast Sonic, making him incredibly slow and putting him at a disadvantage. Sonic's biggest advantage has always been speed. So when you take away Sonic's speed and you just add bulk, Sonic can't catch these guys, which is why Silver, Knuckles, Nightshade, and oh my god, I am so tired of drawing blanks. Basically, that's why Beast Sonic is getting pummeled, because he's too slow. That bulky form makes him too slow, so he gets blitzed by all of them. Well, who's ever fighting him? I think it's Silver for sure, Blaze, Nightshade. But Blaze got knocked out again, so regardless. So moving right along, we go to Sugar Cube Corner. And now we see the Pinkie Pie. Now we see the element of Nightmare's assault on Ponyville, the assault of the element of Nightmares. Now it's Pinkie Pie's turn. So we go to Sugar Cube Corner. We come to find out that Manik was knocked out by Pinkie Pie with a frying pan. There's the frying pan that was made reference to in the chat during the episode. So basically, Manik wakes up tied to this chair, and he sees Pinkie Pie. Pinkie Pie is brandishing a knife. Manik thinks that Pinkie Pie is just kind of joking around with him. Yeah, whatever. You know, ha, 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 funny, funny. Okay, you've scared me. How can you untie me? That's basically what Manik's mentality is right now. He's thinking that Pinkie Pie is playing a prank, which she's not. So he's kind of like, oh, okay. You know, okay, Double P, it's time for you to untie me. The joke's gone too far. April Fool's was last week. Needless to say, Pinkie Pie does not untie him. Instead, she stabs him in the thigh, the left thigh, with that knife. And then immediately after that, she stabs him somewhere in the abdomen area. And I don't know if you guys heard it on the live stream, but I worded it as he got stabbed in a non-lethal area in the abdomen, like somewhere in the abdomen where there was no organs. Pinkie Pie purposely did this to not kill Manik, but to torture him. Because Pinkie Pie is trying to get tears out of Manik. She wants to break Manik down and break his heart. Because Pinkie Pie's element of nightmares, it feeds off of tears and sadness. She's the element of sadness. So needless to say, she becomes stronger feeding off of sadness. So she's trying to get Manik to cry and get Manik sad and heartbroken. So that's why she's trying to torture him and break him down. We don't know if Pinkie Pie was going to kill Manik with the next stab, but as Pinkie Pie is raising the butcher knife up again, Amy busts the door down with her hammer. She immediately goes straight after Pinkamena / Pinkie Pie, hits her with the hammer, knocks her unconscious. Chris frees Manik from the chair, and they begin their journey to Ponyville Hospital. So, again, question mark, who knows what's going to happen there. Let's see. So, Lion God 360 comments, wow. So, yeah, I thought you were, I don't know if he was, did you actually watch the whole episode, Lion God? I know you were in the chat during the episode, so, and I saw you chatting throughout, so, oh my God. So, Michael Collins Gaming, I always thought she would use a butter knife. Butter knife. Hi, that's funny. I think Pinkie Pie would use a butter knife, but Pinkamena, every fanfic that's ever been done about Pinkamena has not been good. So, and she's always got a cleaver or a butter knife. I believe in Cupcake she had a butcher knife. After that scene concludes, or right before the scene concludes, Manik, Chris, and Amy decide, it's probably best if we just try to take Manik to Ponyville Hospital, because we know Blaze is fighting Sonic, so we don't want to bring Manik to Sonic because we don't know if Sonic wants to harm Manik, which he doesn't. Sonic has no wanting to kill Manik, so they just decide, hey, well, let's take Manik to the hospital. After that scene concludes, we see Sonic get decimated by everybody. No, that was before that. So when Chris, so after Chris and Amy take Manik to the hospital, they start their walk to the hospital. Then we get into the closing scene. And the closing scene is very, very intense. And it's very sad. No wounds at all. That's funny. Nathan Mearsman, randomness moment, looks at the story so far. Manik's status. No wounds at all. No, Manik is injured. He just wasn't stabbed in any lethal areas. He just can't walk because Pinkie Pie kind of stabbed him in the thigh, like right in the middle of the thigh. And then she stabbed him somewhere in the side where and both stab wounds are on the left side. So the fact that when Manik tries to put pressure on his thigh, you try to walk, he's kind of hunched over because the left side, so he can't really walk. So that's when Chris decides I'm just going to carry him. After this scene, we go back to Spike and Sweetie Belle to close out the episode. I knew Spike and Sweetie Belle, I knew they were going to play a big part in the end of this episode. They had to, obviously, because I knew I was ending the episode with Omega Spike. I knew that was the end of the episode, and I knew I had to just get there and kind of have all the fighting filler in the middle. So when Spike and Sweetie Belle arrive at the house, Spike kind of knows already that the outcome was not going to be good. So he tries to talk Sweetie Belle out of going into the house, but Sweetie Belle can't help herself. She goes running in. Spike is a little bit behind. When Spike enters the destroyed house, he sees Sweetie Belle trying to shake her parents awake, and it's not working. So Hondo Flanks and Cookie Crumbles, which are Sweetie Belle's parents, are dead. They become casualties 2 and 3 officially. Other characters that died in the episode, and I'll make reference to it. I didn't reference it in this episode, but all of the characters that have died in this episode, Discord, we have Diamond Tiara, Silver Spoon, and Rumble are all dead. And I think that's... Oh, and then Sweetie Belle's parents. So in this episode alone, you have 7 deaths that have occurred to characters in the series. Like I said, there's going to be more. So we continue on with the scene. And Spike and Sweetie Belle begin having a discussion where Spike tells Sweetie Belle, look, me and Twilight will take care of you. There's no way Twilight's going to let you go homeless. There's no way you're going to be alone. And Sweetie Belle basically tells Spike, well, I'll have Rarity too. My sister will still be here for me. At least I think she will. Then Rarity shows up laughing. And we see that Rarity definitely does not have the best interest in mind for Sweetie Belle because she not only says it, but you can see it in her face. She tells Sweetie Belle, my mission is to kill Spike. So she goes to charge up her unicorn horn to blast Spike. Only Sweetie Belle intervenes, knocks Rarity to the ground. Sweetie Belle just literally took off, ran, and tackled Rarity. Literally threw her entire body into Rarity at full speed, knocking Rarity down and forcing the energy beam to miss Spike. We get into more dialogue between Rarity and Sweetie Belle, where Sweetie Belle basically blames Rarity for the deaths of their parents. Rarity tells Sweetie Belle, look, I'm not the one that unified the elements of nightmares. Sonic did that. Hence, Sonic blew up Ponyville, not me. But as I say, you're guilty with association. Levi McClellan, how will the others calm down Spike in his Godzilla form? I don't want to spoil that for you. I feel like if I tell you guys that, it'll spoil it. Like I said, Cosmo and Cream are coming back. and they have their reasons. Obviously, at some point in Harmony and Chaos, Tails planted Cosmo's seed that was given to him from Sonic, who got it from Cosmo. So again, when Cream's coming back, so we'll see how Cream's return affects Spike. Rarity and Sweetie Belle have the war words. Sweetie Belle basically tells Rarity that you're responsible for our parents' death, which again, guilty by association. She is. She is partly responsible. I'm really getting tired. So Rarity decides, I'm going to call upon the powers of my element of horror. And if you remember from how I was describing all of the elements of nightmares, Rarity's element is responsible for causing nightmares, hallucinations, and Rarity can also conjure up monsters when she wants to or needs to, with the element of horror. So Spike gets hit with this energy beam from the element of horror. That beam made Spike relive Cream's death in his own head. Even though he doesn't physically see Cream in the real world yet, he's still being forced to have to relive Cream's death, where she died in Spike's arms. Rarity did this because she thought it would weaken Spike and allow her to easily kill him by ramming her horn through his little heart. Well, that backfired, to say the least, because Spike then begins his transformation into Omega Spike, or Godzilla Spike, or whatever you want to call him. It doesn't matter. I know I've heard Spike referred to as Omega Spike when he grows to that size. So once that concludes, Spike gets infuriated with rage, and he begins his transformation into Omega Spike. After that, Rarity does a little bit more gloating. She tells Sweetie Belle, "Look, I'm out of here. You can have fun, Sweetie Belle, trying to tame your dragon boyfriend, your beastly beast of a boyfriend." Let's see. Oh God, I can't even read the comments right now because I'm so heavy-eyed. So we're getting more comments here in the comment section. Nathan Mearsman, no stab wounds on Manik at all. He laughs. Seriously, if there's any more hurt characters that I see getting hurt because of you forcing them, then you're going to get a logo jump scare yeeted at you, basically. Oh my God. Oh man. So what jump scare are we talking about? Are we talking about like Five Nights at Freddy's jump scare? Levi McClellan, Nightmare Sonic. It reminded me of Chaos Hunter, who is insane and started collecting souls and Chaos Emeralds to defeat Exitor. I can't. Oh, there's going to be a happy ending at some point. There's still, I'm going to forewarn you, there's still more death. We're not done with the death toll. The death toll is still going to climb. Again, this is not your everyday happy-go-lucky heroes always win series. They do make some sacrifices. So the episode ends with Spike transforming into Omega Spike. Knuckles and Silver basically have to make they make the point that we don't have the Chaos Emeralds this time to bring Omega Spike down like Sonic did the first time. So how are we going to defeat Omega Spike without the Chaos Emeralds? The episode closes with the silhouettes of Godzilla, Spike, and then we hear Spike give a T-Rex roar at the very end. The T-Rex roar I literally took from Jurassic Park. I literally saw sound bites on YouTube and I converted it to an MP3 and then I used it in the episode. So that's it. The episode closes out with Omega Spike. We roll the end credits and that's the end of the episode. So again, we end on a cliffhanger like we always do. Nathan Mearsman, it would be the screen gems. God, even with magnifying glasses on, I can't even. It would be the screen gems, a creepy Bloom jump scare logo, basically. Oh my God. Oh, I hate those. Yeah, the ones where it's just you see nothing and all of a sudden it goes, bah! Yeah, like one of those. Yeah, I legitimately, I remember those old school jump scare videos. The first one I ever saw legitimately made me piss my pants. That's not a joke. I literally peed a little. I literally got so scared of one of those jumps. I could never watch another video the same. Anything with a face on the screen, I could never watch again because that scared the bejeebus out of me. Because you're just sitting there like, what is the point of this? And all of a sudden it goes, bah! I was like, woo! Levi McClellan. Exterior is an archdemon who escaped from prison due to constant outbursts of the Master Emerald and has taken refuge inside the body of Sonic the Hedgehog due to Sonic having a strong will. Yeah. I haven't read... That's one of those fanfics that I wanted to read or get into that I never have. I've only seen bits and pieces of that version, the EXE Sonic. So... I've gotta watch that. I want to get into it. I think I started it, but I know enough from you guys about what's going on, like what happened in the EXE saga. So I know enough. I do want to watch it for myself though, because I am intrigued by it and I do want to see that. Other than that, guys, we've reviewed the episode. I'm completely losing my voice and my eyes are shutting. So I'm not gonna hang around. I'm gonna go ahead and end the live stream. Until the next episode, guys. I just want to say thank you guys so much for your continued support of Harmony and Chaos. Without you guys, this is just a hobby. But I love doing this for you guys. I love putting episodes out, voicing them. I'm not gonna lie, I'm also doing the voice acting for me to get noticed, which it has paid off. I do have the potential to become a real voice actor sometime soon. I'm hoping sooner rather than later. We're gonna finish off with these last couple comments. Also, I like to see the happy ending. Wow, these are going too fast. Also, I like to see the happy ending to be true happiest ending of all, no matter what. It's not, if you're referring to the relationships staying as they are, that's not going to happen. Dash are going to be fine. You got to keep in mind, this is real life. I deal with real life emotions. Sonic is going to have to come to the realization of what he's done. That's going to affect Sonic. Sonic is a pure heart. So when he realizes what that evil spell and evil magic has done to him, it's going to be a hard pill for Sonic to swallow. it's not going to really affect his relationship with Rainbow Dash, but it affects his relationship with the other characters. Tails and Fluttershy, yeah, they're going to have it rough, as will Manik and Pinkie Pie. It's not all going to end perfectly. There are consequences, real life consequences. And you got to remember the characters' emotions are being played with. Levi McClellan, then, he's still talking about the exterior Sonic. Oh, Levi is asking if the link he sent me about Fleetway and Hypersonic was helpful. Yeah, it did explain some things. The cool thing about Fleetway is that I could totally implement that into my series if I wanted to go that route. I'm not going to, though, just because I've had these characters be corrupted so many times, and I don't want to corrupt Sonic a second time. I really don't. It's hard. It's hard portraying. I mean, it's fun, but yet it's hard portraying Sonic as evil. It is so hard because he's such a pure of heart character. But on that note, I'm going to go ahead and end the live stream. I can no longer keep my eyes open, and like when well, you know what? Reading some more comments here. Nathan Mearsman, then it looks like you would need a logo jump scare yeeted at you. That's fine. You can jump scare me. I do have, like I said, I do have the overall plot already written out in my head. That's not saying that these characters won't be friends, but they got to heal. I mean, look at this storyline. This is insanity what these characters are going through. You can't go through this level of insanity and the next day it's going to be rainbows and sunshine. That's I mean, in real life you're lucky to save friendships after stuff like this. So again, it's going to take time and healing, but overall, I'm not just going to have these bad guys get defeated either. I'm trying to fill a season worth of content. So, this is not an easy battle by any means. And the battle is far from over. Even if they do win this fight, they've got a lot of healing to do. But like I said, it's my story. I'm sticking to my guns on what I decide to do. So, I do take ideas like me and Will Atkinson worked together on the Mark of Herc storyline, which we're going to start getting back into that. Elijah Dodorich has helped me with some dialogue. I have used some of Elijah's dialogue, which his dialogue is fantastic. So I have used other, I do use other people's ideas, but the thing is I, for the most part, do my own thing as far as the storylines go. I pretty much have the whole series already planned out in my head as to what I'm going with the series. So, all right, guys, I'm calling it a night. I'm tired. So happy New Year, guys. Stay safe out there. I know we're getting some bad weather here in the Midwest. I know Nicole on the East Coast is getting bad weather. So just stay safe out there, guys. Happy New Year. And I'm going to get rolling on the next episode. Day of the Dead, Part 3. So see you later, guys. Have a good night. See you later, Yusuf.